Howdy, y'all. Yes, it's me, Scott Grove, Dr. Groovy, GroovyMusicLessons.com. I was giving a Skype lesson last week to one of my buddies, and we finished up a particular lesson today, and I told him I was going to have to take this one to the internet because it just dawned on me last week that this was the perfect song, which I can't do basically because copyright, so you guys download it and pick along if you will. But I think this is easily the 100% best song to do for anybody. This guy's loves docking and all that stuff. He's about 46. Japanese guy, lives out in New York, Manhattan. But superb dude, man. Love him to death. He's awesome. But at least he has the love of music instead of just one kind of music. And this here's about the Nashville number system. Don't run away because it says Nashville. It doesn't have anything to do with just country. It has to do with music, period. The song is country that came out that will teach you how to play and figure out every song in the flippin' world if you would listen to me, but most won't. So for those who will, again, the Nashville number system lets you know what chords can and cannot work in a song together, which notes are probably, or which chords are probably in a song together, and which ones definitely will not be in a song together. So I think that's a pretty valuable lesson. I've got the lesson for sale, I've got the lesson for free on Nashville number system. The song is Lady Down on Love by Alabama, and it covers every flipping chord. It breaks one rule that is not a 100% rule, so I'll show you what that is for as much as I can without getting it pulled off here, because people turn me in every 30 seconds for trying to help them for free. I love that mentality. And plus with the key change in here, which a lot of rock players have no idea what a key change is, then it just helps that much more, and you end up playing every chord available ever on the guitar. So it's an exceptional song. Again, Lady Down on Love, yep, back in the 80s, Alabama. For those who don't know the Nashville number system, it is a thing where people can just simply, this is what the pros use. If all you know is A and D and E, things like that, man, you've got a long way to go. Okay? So if I'm just in the key of G and the regular major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, standard scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count it like that, and that tells you the chords. If you are in the key of G, which we will not be, but to show you how it works, 1 is the key you are playing in. That will always be 1. If we're in A, now A is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You still play the major scale, but you play it using 1 as whatever key you were in. So if you go G, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is a C note. And it will always be here. Here's the 1. And the C is directly below it. Amazing. And the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is D. So you went 1, and then we go to 4, and then 5. Now you play those 3 chords. Most songs are 1, 4, 5 patterns. Maybe not in that order, but that's a 1, a 4, and a 5, and a 1. They're always typically major, unless you're into real brooding or heavy metal or weird stuff. That's always in weird minor keys because they have to be brooding type people. Okay, all the rest of these chords are about 90% of the time minor, which means your 2, your 3, and your 6. So 1, major. 1, 2, minor, that's an A. 1, 2, 3, that's a B minor. 4, we got major. 5. Now we do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an E. That's gonna be a minor. So you get a 1, 3 minor, or 1, 2 minor, back to 1, 6 minor. Okay, so they all work that way. Every key. It's just an easy way. A guy can be singing up front and holding numbers behind his back, going 1 to the 4 to the 1 to the 5 to the 2, which is going to be minor. Blah blah blah. And I've played probably 1,000 songs that way that I've never played in my life, and it's just because somebody's there holding numbers and they're back and doing that. And that is an amazing way to play music because it flipping works and you can't mess it up. No matter what key you're in, you're getting the number thrown at you. Not somebody going where they all look alike from across the stage. G, E, C, D. They all look the same. It looks like E. So it takes all that bullshit out of music. Okay, on Lady Down Love, this song, like I said, it takes all of these into play. And it does change up where the 2 is actually breaks the rule. That is 90% of the time. And it takes the 2 chord and makes it a major instead of a minor, which is cool because it shows you that exception. Okay? And the other cool thing is that the song actually changes key from B flat. So I make you play in B flat, no capos allowed. Be a man. Get rid of your flipping capos because either play a chord, learn it, either play guitar or go away. Okay? Do your homework, learn to play all your chords. Don't learn how to play 3 chords and use a capo on every chord. That's not being a musician, that's being George Strait. Never wrote a song in his life and always stood there and held his guitar, never plugged it in. Just, I don't think he tuned it. Anyway, so let's get down here where I think the fun is. And if you're any kind of a guitar player at all, you will take total advantage of this because, again, this is going to be one of the best lessons you had in your life. And get the song whether you like it or not. Who gives a crap? It's a wonderful lesson. And again, it's in B flat. And I'll tell you what they're going to go to. I'll sing little parts to it, you know, just enough so I don't get hit with copyright infringement, blah, 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 for even singing it. Everybody else can do it, but I can't get away with it. So what we're going to have is a 1 in B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Figure out what the chords are. I'll tell you real quick, even to help you out. 1 is B. In this case, 2 is C. 1, 2. I told you it's going to be major, so it's going to be C major. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing all the work for you. What a pisser I am. That's a 3 minor. D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is going to be E flat. Major. Okay? Now these majors, 4 and the 5, E flat, you're going to have to play like a C chord with a bar behind it. Don't know those? You need to go back to the beginning of learning how to play guitar. And then your 5, 2 frets up. Looks like a C, but with a capo behind it. Okay? Okay, so once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, E flat. 5 is 2 more up, so that gives you an F. And yes, you play them here, you don't play them down here. These are the voicings that are in this song, so no cheating. And then the 6 is a G, which would be a minor. Okay, now I told you that the song has a key change. When it changes keys, it just goes to C and does all the same things. 1, 2, 1, major, 2 major, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, which would be, think it out, kids, C major, D major, E minor, F major, G major, and A minor. Wow, how hard. Okay, that is the Nashville number system. It don't matter what key you're in, 1 is the key you're in, and all the other ones have a formula. And you can't play other chords than that. That's the rule. If you're in that thing, you can't come down here and play G sharp if you're in C. It is, by the laws of music, you can't do it. That's why these are the laws right here. Okay, the last bit of explanation is to get from one key to the other. Listen close. Nobody passes this test. When you're in B flat, you come back to the 1, and then to change chord, or to change keys, you simply go to the 5 of the new key, and then you go to the 1. Okay, the new key is going to be C. What is the 5 chord in C? That's what I'm asking, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G. So from the B flat, you'll go down to the 1, or the 5, I'm sorry, before the key change. So that's the 5 of the new key. Okay, if you're losing yourself anywhere along, rewind. Okay, so it's finger picked. I don't care if you finger pick it or anything else, but I want you to learn how to play music. This is how music is played. These are all the rules, and this applies to every form of music in the entire world. Every country, every genre, everything. This is how it works. And with this covering, again, 2 different keys plus all these different chords going on here that are covering all these 2s, 6s, 3s, and the 1, 4s, and 5s. It's just amazing how much this actually covers. And again, it's in B flat, which separates the men from the boys. And then it changes keys, which separates the peons from the real musicians. Okay, so simply, and again, these chords, that's the correct voicing. If you don't know those, and you're sitting there doing this, you learn guitar backwards. Go back to square one. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. B flat, here's how it goes. That's the 1 to the 3 minor, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, so 1, 3 minor, 4, 5, this is the verse, 1, 3 minor, 4, 5 to the 1. And another verse, 1, 3 minor, back to 1, 3 minor. I expect you to have this downloaded by now. 4 and 1. Okay? And then 4, 5 and 1. When it goes to the chorus, it's 1 and 3 minor, 4, back to 1, 1, 3 minor to the 4, back to the 1. Here's where we change, 6 minor, see, 6 minor to 3 minor, to the 4, to the 1, to the 2 major, to the 5, sorry. Okay, so that's how it goes, and it will do the same thing in the key of C. But again, to get there, it does this. I'm going to show you a verse and a chorus, okay, in B flat, and then I'll do the key change, which will go to the 5 G of the new chord or the new key in the key of C. Then it all starts over again. Play along with the thing. Learn how to play the Nashville number system. Again, just because the word Nashville is in there, don't be a puss. Learn to play guitar, okay? That's what it's all about. Okay, so it's... And pardon my voice. It's her first night on the town, since she was just 18. A lady down on love and out of hopes and dreams. The ties that once bound us now are broke away, and she's like a baby, just learning how to play. Now just throw a chorus in so you can see what it does. Now she is a lady down on love. She needs somebody to gently pick her up down to the 6 minor. She's got her freedom, that's the 3 minor, to ever be bound to a man for who would love her 5 and never let her down. Now G. Now I know a lady down on her love. Okay, and then the same chord progression from there in the new key. And then you'll do the 1, the 3 minor, the 4, the 5. That are the same exact flipping thing. And keep playing the hard chords because that's the way it's written. And that is what I have for you today, okay? Again, the Nashville number system, or just the number system, whatever you want to call it, but Nashville came up with it first, so that's why they have dubbed it that. People down in Nashville, that's the way they write everything, and they write it down like a 1, 3 dash means minor, and all this kind of stuff. If it doesn't have anything after it, then it means it's a major chord. They'll do like, just got a split bar. It'll just say 4/5 from the 4 to the 5, and they share a measure, things like that. Whole notes, they get a circle around it. A diamond means you're going to hit it and rest for the rest of the bar, and things like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful system, and you never write the key on the chart, because somebody might do it in a different key later, and they've got the charts, and a 1, 4, and a 5, and it's blah, 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 is always the same. It never changes. It's brilliant. You just tell the people what key it is when you're getting ready to start, and then you just play it, because everybody sings in different keys, so you do not denote what key the song's in. Again, if some girl wants to sing it, she's going to sing it in B flat or E flat. It's the only 2 keys that women know how to sing in. And again, you don't get the luxury of capos. Why? Again, back in my days, they were known as cheaters. They weren't capos. They were just called cheaters. And that's what they are. Okay, so again, learn the scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're not talking pentatonic bullshit or nothing like that. It's not a... the major scale was around a gazillion years before some dude in the 60s decided to make up a pentatonic scale, or the gin and tonic scale, or the lick-a-lesbian scale, or any of those other ones. So, yeah, that was a quite recent thing in the timetable. Different scales, and they all end up in the exact same place. Just like we're going to start on the 1, now we're going to start on the 2 and do the same thing. Now we're going to start on the 3rd of that whole thing. Just retarded system, really is. All you need is a major scale, and you can play everything that you would ever want to play in your entire life. Again, the Nashville number system, if you're playing, the only exception in the Nashville number system, which is why I'm here to teach one more thing, is the dominant 7th. If you are, like, say, in D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As far as chords go, not putting a anything together other than a chord progression, not a chord takes a root and a 3rd and a 5th. This doesn't mean that. This is the chord in D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when you're playing chords, they want the actual next note, the 7, to be a dominant, which is not major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 equals 1. Reason being, for all the songs that are like in D. So the dominant 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dominant 7th is a C. So if we're in the key of D and I want you to play a 1, a dominant 7th, and a 4. That's okay, so that's why the dominant 7th is configured that way. So if anybody asks for a 7, that's what it means to play a dominant 7th chord. It just means 2 frets flat of your root. Root being the key you're in. Okay? So if you're not playing, now in G, we're in 1. That's your 1. 4, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 5. Okay? So if you actually want to go 1, dominant 7th, 4. Okay, so you see why that's the exception to the rule, is the dominant 7th. And again, 1, 2. Okay, 1 major, 2 is usually almost always a minor. Just the 1, 4, and 5 are always going to be major, almost. And then 2, 3, and 6 are almost always going to be minor. But the reason I want to show you the Lady Down in Love is because the 2 is a major. Other songs will actually go from minor to major in the middle of a 2, which is pretty ambitious, but it's been done a million times, so you would know it if you heard it. And then the dominant 7th chord, okay, in relationship to the other chords. If you're doing a regular chord, D, and you take the D, this one, and bring it back 1 fret, which ends up this. That's the Vegas chord. You end a song in D. That's a major 7. So that's why we don't do that. It's good for Vegas, but hey. And then the D dominant 7th, or just D7 that you've been told, you flat it twice. Okay? That's why you get that. But we're actually talking about the chord progression. So again, in D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dominant 7th, so it's 1, 7, and 4, 5. Okay? So that is it, kids. We can go A. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And they were all 3rd free, so we don't know if any of them are majors or any of them are minors. It's left to the ear to be determined. Power chords. Okay, so that is basically it. I would honestly, pardon me while I do my own camera work, honestly download Lady Down on Love, again by the band Alabama. who are too old to do it anymore, but one of the most successful country groups ever to come out. And again, this song, no matter what genre is easily, now that I've come across this during the Skype lessons and just determined that there is not a better song to teach the Nashville number system to, and to let you know which ones are majors, minors, and where the exception is there on the little 2 major instead of the 2 minor. And you are not allowed to play other chords. It's just not in the musical major scale. So you're calling the chords out by numbers of the scale. And it's a brilliant system, and if you don't learn it, you are denying yourself of an education that only takes a couple days to really hammer home, and that any professional situation, they're going to be yelling numbers at you instead of chords, unless the leader of your group is a moron, which is usually the case. But the seasoned pros and so forth, they will go by numbers instead of chord names. Okay, that's the way the world is. So educate yourself, educate. And again, it's a country song. It's a great song. Lyrics are great. Whoever wrote it did a nice job on it. And again, the arrangement and the big swell that you'll hear. There's a lot of strings going on. Actually sounds like synth strings from a Korg. Poly 6 or something from back then would be about the right era for that. I know you have no idea. Or a Poly 800. You have no idea what I'm talking about because I'm old. But these were some of the first affordable synths right after the Yamaha DX7. So they have that kind of string sound. One note, like that. So learn this or just be a tool the rest of your life. If you take things seriously, you'll put the time in. You'll get the song, and you'll learn that song. And it's not the song that's important, it is the lesson behind it. The numbers, what they mean. And again, if you plan on being a pro ever, or to be able to simply talk to the big boys and actually know what you're talking about, instead of like Albert Lee does, well, the strings go over, I don't know, whatever it is back here. It's just like, it's a bridge, Albert. Great player, dumber than a stump. Anyway, so that's it, kids. Play it, please, please, please. Do yourself a favor. I implore you to do this. And again, if it wasn't just sticking out like a sore thumb over my friend's last couple lessons, I'm just like, I gotta put it out there because it is, I've said it 100 million times because that's what I do. If you skip it, you're a dumbass. You really are. So, we'll see who wants to be dumbasses or not, because they'll call me a dumbass before they even just run away from this lesson because they aren't man enough to, or woman enough, to simply go through it and learn something. Anyway, for those who will go through it, hey, congratulations. I wish you nothing but success in your journey. And I'll hear back from the ones who actually accomplished this and learned something, because it applies to every single song ever written in the entire world. And if every single song in the world, and knowing exactly why it works and why certain things won't, and if you go chord hunting trying to find something, that is just retarded, because you do not have to chord hunt when you're using this system. You know what chords are allowed to be there, what chords are not allowed to be there. There is a system and it works. Okay? You guys be groovy and play well. Later. Bye.